Welcome class to another lesson. Today our topic is going to be arithmetic operations in the Egyptian numerals. In our previous lesson, we learned how to convert Egyptian numerals to our normal numerals, and equally how to convert our numerals to the Egyptian numerals. Arithmetic operations in the Egyptian numerals simply has to do with addition and subtraction of the Egyptian numerals, either by summing the numerals or by subtracting them. Examples: calculate the following in the Egyptian numeral: A. 304 plus 772. B. 172 minus 94. The first thing we have to do is to add the numerals. Then we convert our answer to the Egyptian numerals. Solution: A. 304 plus 772. 4 plus 2 gives us 6. 0 plus 7 gives us 7, and 3 plus 7 gives us 10. So when you add 304 plus 772, it is going to give you 1706. Hence, 1706 can be written as 1000 plus 70 plus 6. That is 1 bracket 1000 plus 7 bracket 10 plus 6. It means we are going to have to represent it. 1000 represents a lotus flower. 10 represents a hind bone in the Egyptian numeral, and a unit represents a staff. So we are going to have 1 lotus flower plus 7 hind bones and 6 staffs. That would be the Egyptian representation of 1076. So when you draw it, you're going to have 1 lotus flower plus 7 hind bones plus 6 staffs. That is the Egyptian representation of 1076. The B part, we had 172 minus 84. So we first of all carry out normal subtraction. Then we convert our answer, the answer we are going to have, to a number in the Egyptian numeral. So to carry out this subtraction, you borrow 1 from 7 and add it to 2. It then becomes 12. 12 minus 4 gives us 9. Gives us 8. 12 minus 4 gives us 8. Then what is left in 7 is 6. So you have 16 minus 9, which gives us 7. 172 minus 94 gives us 78. Hence, 78 can be written as 70 plus 8, which is 7 bracket 10 plus 8 bracket 1. 10 in the Egyptian numeral is represented by a hind bone, while a unit in the Egyptian numeral is represented by a staff. So we are going to have 7 hind bones plus 8 staffs, and when you do it, that is going to give you 78 in the Egyptian numeral. We have 7 hind bones and 8 staffs. You can count with me. The hind bones, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the staffs you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 staffs. This is a representation, the Egyptian representation of 78 when you carry out the arithmetic operation 172 minus 94. We then move to the next symbol, the next kind of numeral, which is the Roman numerals. The Roman numeral possibly resulted from using our fingers to count. It was invented in about 300 BC and is still in use today. The Roman numeral is spelled up in 5s and 10s. It has as basic symbols. The symbols are going to be shown on the diagram below. A staff, which represents the number 1. 2 staffs represents the number 2. I should continue to show on the diagram. 3 stars represent the number 3. V represents the number 5. X represents the number 10. L represents the number 50. C represents the number 100. The other numerals are shown on the table below. Symbols and the name. D represents 500. M represents 1000. And M with a slur on it on top represents 5000. The other symbols are obtained as follows. Example 1. When a symbol of a smaller number is placed to the right of the symbol of a larger number, the resulting numeral is obtained by adding the two numbers. For example, you have VI. I said when the symbol of a smaller number is placed to the right of the symbol of a larger number, we simply add the resulting numerals. 5. V represents 5 and I represents 1. If you notice, I is to the right of the larger number. So I'm going to add 5 plus 1, that gives me 6. The next example is Xi. X represents the number 10, I represents the number 1. Since I is placed to the right of a larger symbol, which is X, you simply add the resulting numbers. So you have 10 plus 1, that gives you 11. The next number is Lx. L represents 50, while X represents 10. So you have 50 plus 10, that gives us 60. The next numeral is Lv. L represents 50, while V represents 5. So you have 50 plus 5, that gives us 55. The next example is X plus I plus I plus I. That is, X represents 10 and 1 staff represents 1. So you have 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 plus 1 gives us 13. The other symbol, the next example of how the other symbols are obtained. Example 2. When a symbol of a smaller number is placed to the left of the symbol of a larger number, the numeral is obtained by subtracting the smaller number from the larger one. When the symbol of a smaller number is placed to the left of that of a larger number, what we do is that we subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. We have the first example, IV. I is smaller than V, and I represents 1, while V represents 5. So we are going to have 5 minus 1, that gives us 4. The next example is IX. I represents 1, X represents 10. So you're going to have 10 minus 1, that gives us 9. The next example is XL. X represents 50 and X represents 10 and L represents 50. So you're going to have 50 minus 10, which gives us 40. The next example is CD. D represents 500, while C represents the number 100. And since C is placed to the left of D and C is smaller than D, we have 500 minus 100, that gives us 400. The other symbols, X, all symbols except V, L, and D can be written repeatedly, but not more than 3 times. Example 3. They said the symbols, all other symbols except V, L, and Z can be written repeatedly. So example 1, we have x, that is 10 plus 10, which gives you 20. The second example, you have x, that is 10 plus 10 plus 10, which gives you 30. You have m, which is 1000 plus 1000, that gives you 2000. We have m plus m plus m, that is 1000 plus 1000 plus 1000, that gives you 3000. The next, how the other numerals can be obtained. It says to the left of a larger numeral, a smaller numeral can only be written once and not repeatedly. Example 4. To the left of a larger numeral, a smaller numeral can only be written once and not repeatedly. In this example, you see Cm is equals to 1000 minus 100. That gives you 900. I said to the left of a larger number, a smaller number can only be written once. You cannot write DCCC is equals to 800 rather than writing CCM. This is different from 800. It does not exist because I've told us in this last rule that when you can only write to the left of a bigger number just once and not repeatedly. Example 5. What numbers are represented by the following? A, you have M, M, C, M, L, X, 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 I, V. B, you have 2002. Solution. A, M represents 1000. The 3M represents 3000. CM, as we can see from the examples above, it represents 900. L represents 50. 3X represents 30. And IV represents 4. So you have 3000 plus 900 plus 50 plus 30 plus 40. That gives us 3984. The Roman representation of 2002. 1000 in the Roman numeral is represented by M, and 2002 can be written as 1000 plus 1000 plus 2, and that is going to give us M plus 2 strokes, because a stroke represents 1. Thanks class for listening.